Welcome to the Phoenix Within. I'm your host, Nicholas Thomas. And today, this episode isn't about leadership, not about education, it's not about titles. Today, it's about love. Today, it's about loss. Today, it's about gratitude. Because before I was Dr. Donis, before I became an educator, before I became a leader, before I became anything at all, I was simply a little boy. And I had the blessing of being loved by a woman who changed my life forever, my mother. She wasn't famous. She didn't seek recognition. She never stood behind a podium. She never held a doctorate. She never received awards. But she possessed something far greater. She possessed an unconditional love that changed the course of my life. And although she left this world in 2007, not a day goes by that I don't carry her with me, because mothers never truly leave. Their voices remain. Their lessons remain. Their love remains. And if there's a phoenix within me, it is because a mother first taught me how to rise. You see, I lost my father when I was 3 years old, and suddenly my mother had to become everything. She became my strength. She became my comfort. She became hope. She became protector. She became provider. She became the steady hand that kept our family together. Looking back now, I realize she carried burdens I never saw, worries she never shared, tears she cried when no one was watching, prayers she whispered when everyone else was asleep. And somehow she kept going. Not because life was easy, but because love made her strong. And isn't that what mothers do? They give pieces of themselves away every single day. And somehow they call it love. Mom, there's so many things I wish I could tell you. So many moments I wish we could have shared. You never got to see me walk across the stage and become the first in our family to graduate from college. You never saw my associate's degree. You never saw my bachelor's degree. You never saw my master's degrees. You never got to see me receive my doctorate. You never got to see me become an assistant principal. And you never got to see me step into the role of elementary lead assistant principal. As I continue the journey towards becoming a principal, you never got to meet the incredible man who became my husband, the man who loves me, supports me, and walks beside me through every season of life. There are moments when my heart aches because I wish you could have met him. I wish you could have seen the life we've built. I wish you could have sat in the audience, taken pictures, cheered, smiled, that smile only a mother can give. And yet, deep in my heart, I believe you know. I believe you've known all along, because love doesn't end. And heaven doesn't erase the bonds that were formed here on earth. People congratulate me on my accomplishments. They see degrees, the titles, the promotion, the success. But what they don't see is you. They don't see the sacrifices. They don't see the prayers. They don't see the countless ways you poured into me. Because every diploma bears your fingerprints. Every promotion bears your fingerprints. Every student I've served, every teacher I've coached, every leader I've become bears your fingerprints. Because long before anyone called me Dr. Donis, you simply called me son. And somehow that title has always meant more. People often think grief gets smaller, but I've learned something different. Grief doesn't disappear, it changes. It becomes quieter, it becomes softer, but it never truly leaves because grief is simply love with no place to go. And Mother's Day can be hard because while others are buying flowers, some of us are carrying memories. While others are making phone calls, some of us are wishing we could hear one more I love you, one more story, one more laugh, one more hug. But perhaps that's the price of having been deeply loved, and I wouldn't trade that love for anything. Mom, you may not have seen me become Dr. Nicholas Thomas. You may not have seen me become a leader. You may have not seen me receive promotions. You may not have seen me find love. But every good thing in my life, every blessing, every dream fulfilled, every mountain climbed has your name written all over it. Because your greatest legacy wasn't money, wasn't possessions, it wasn't fame, it was me. It was the values you planted, the faith you nurtured, the compassion you modeled, the resilience you demonstrated. You taught me that hard work matters, that kindness matters, that character matters. And when life knocks you down, you rise. In closing, Mom, I hope I've made you proud. I hope when you look down from heaven, you smile and hope that your sacrifices weren't in vain. I hope you know that the little boy you loved so fiercely and never forgot, and although you aren't here to see me graduate college, earn a doctorate, become a leader, meet the love of my life, I know something with all my heart. You helped make it all possible. Because even though your hands are no longer here to hold mine, your love still carries me. And maybe that's the miracle of mothers. Their lives may end, but their love never does. So until we meet again, thank you for everything, for every sacrifice, every prayer, every tear, every lesson, every ounce of love. Because if there's a phoenix within me, it first rose within you. And because you rose, so did I. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you and I miss you. And until next time, I am Nicholas Thomas, and this is the Phoenix Within. Remember to rise, lead, and love. And remember, a mother's love is never buried, it lives in the dream of her children and what they achieve, the lives they touch, and the generations that rise because she first taught them how to fly. Till next time.